one more time. I'm going to make this video in 5 minutes. Okay. Full Virginia Flake, Mark Tinsky, both are amazingly awesome. Moving on. So, I'm not a member of the beer YouTube community by any means. I don't know how steady I'm holding this camera. Sorry. Let me try that. Okay. So, I do drink beer, though. Primarily just Newcastle and beers that taste like Newcastle. But occasionally I like to go off road and smoke and drink other beers like I like wheat beers and Belgian whites, Shock Top, Blue Moon, that sort of thing. And so back in December, a bartender turned me on to a beer, and I have no bias towards beer. In general, I like beer. This is about out. I've been smoking this for a while. I've shot this video twice yet, and the last two were like 7 minutes plus, and so I'm just going to try to shorten it. Anyway, so I was introduced to this beer, okay? And right off the bat, I got a little bit left in there. You're gonna shake your head on this because it is Bud Light Golden Wheat, okay? But it's got the Bud Light name on it. And here's the thing. It didn't faze me at all, but I looked it up on YouTube because I remembered this beer, and it was getting hot, and I was like, man, I think that beer would work pretty well in the hot, and it does, by the way. So I looked it up, and the funny thing is these beer connoisseurs, they gave it a pretty good score, like B plus, B minus, that sort of thing. But they immediately, it's pretty good for a Budweiser beer type attitude. And I'm like, man, you pigeonhole the beer because it's brewed by Budweiser, by Anheuser-Busch, And I'm thinking, Anheuser-Busch makes a pretty good lager. Just because you don't like lager, don't downplay Anheuser-Busch. I've drank some pretty good lagers, and not just in the U.S., in other places, and they're good, but so is Budweiser. Just straight Budweiser, it's good beer. It's a good lager. But anyway, back to the point is that these guys, they immediately marked it off because it was brewed by Anheuser-Busch, and I was thinking, I wonder. And it turns out to be a great beer. You should try it out. It's good. If you like, like a wheat beer, this one's not filtered or lightly filtered. It's got yeast in it. You got to roll the bottle and that sort of thing and mix it up before you eat it, but before you drink it. But it's good. Anyway, so what I'm saying is that I think I look back on that after looking that up. It was a couple of days ago when I bought the 6-pack, and I was thinking, I probably do that with tobaccos, and I do that with tobaccos. I started smoking a pipe from a pipe shop, and the guys at the brick and mortar taught me, through the basics of pipe smoking, and basically gave me that attitude towards, our blends in the shop are so much better than the blends that you buy in the drugstore, and so I kind of. The ones that you buy at, your Targets and your Walmarts and things like that, I just kind of marked off as crap because that's what they told me. And it took me years before I tried one, and I like some of those blends. I like the Captain Blacks. They're good. I'm not a huge fan of Burley's at all, but some of the Burley blends, if you just really need that earthy nuttiness, are pretty good. I mean, it's hard to beat PA, and the drugstore blends are good. Some of them are good, and so you know what? But I do that. I don't buy tobaccos from Altitus. I don't buy tobaccos from Peter Stokeby, even though two of my go-to blends there, Luxury Bullseye Flake and Proper English, are Peter Stokeby. I don't venture out any further than that because just because it's Peter Stokeby and it's Lane and it's Altitus and it's so. I think I'm going to do that, though. I think in my next tobacco order, I'm going to try some tobacco from Altitas, and maybe some Lane. Well, I know I've had Q1 before. I know Q1 and Q1. That's right. No, I've had 1Q before, and it's good. And so I might do that again. And also, RLP6 is not bad. So I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna order some, but I'm gonna order some Altitas. That's what I'm gonna order because I have marked them off, and they deserve it. I'm not gonna pigeonhole them. I'm gonna try them out, and I suggest you do the same. Don't just mark something off because it has that mass market name on it. I mean, this is a good beer, and I bet you there are some really good Altitas blends, and I'm gonna give it a shot. God bless you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.